And the guard just kind of lets us by. And she looks even younger than she did before she disappeared, huh? And the fact that we supposedly saved the queen, they thought we'd look more dashing. More ether. The queen shoos the handmaidens out so she can be alone with Crono. Because, in case you have not figured it out by now, that is actually Marle. But everyone thinks she is the queen for some strange reason. And you might want to pay attention because something's about to happen. What's happening? And Marle now feels like she's being torn apart. Technically, it's not dying. That might make you feel better. But this is kind of not good. We're kind of now stuck in this room. Everybody saw the queen in here. And now the queen's gone and we're still here. This is kind of a bad thing. Let's see if we can sneak out. No, she's perfectly fine. No need to go check on her at all. Let's just see if we can get out of here before they pin this on us. Oh, Lucca, you can vouch for us. And Lucca seems to know what's exactly going on here. She knew she recognized her from somewhere. Yes, it does look older than the Guardia we're from. Yeah, and funny about that, they mistook the girl for her ancestor. They mistook that girl for the queen, who is her ancestor. That girl is royalty, in case you hadn't figured that out yet. Yeah, that girl was our princess, Princess Nadia. Let's stand up a second. And so here we go. Marle is a descendant of Queen Leene. You might recall that, well, they're going to explain it all, but you might recall that Queen Leene went missing and they were on the hunt for her. And then they found Marle, considered that to be Queen Leene, and called off the hunt. So, the real Queen Leene was never found. Yeah, someone was supposed to have managed to save her, but now history's changed. The real Queen Lean is gone now. So, like in true Back to the Future style, yeah, we don't have a photograph with disappearing people on it, but yeah, things are going to, you know, change if we can't get the Queen back. So yeah, we need to find the Queen. And our only lead is the cathedral. So, now that we know we are in 680, the little placard lets us see it. Yeah, I think we have to get back to town before we can buy anything. There he is again, we can get another shelter. So Lucca comes equipped with a gun. Don't necessarily need to set up that trap again, so I'm not gonna. So these fights are now a good deal easier, now that we don't have, you know, one person only in our party. So our only real hint is back here. And now there's a glowy spot on the ground. A hairpin. That wouldn't be a coral hairpin, would it? And oh, what a shock. What a shock. I can only hit 2 of them. Didn't hit both of them. Oh well. That's how you use a gun, Lucca. Just smack people with it. Fortunately, she doesn't have any techs yet. And now Lucca has learned Flamethrower, and because Lucca has Flamethrower and Chrono has Cyclone, they can now do a dual tech, which uses both of their turns, but does a lot of things. And because we kind of turned our back on where enemies pop up, Lucca gets swatted aside by one of those snakes, and look who shows up. We have a third party member, who Lucca is kind of afraid of. Yeah, she cannot stand frogs. And yeah, let's not refuse, because frog is useful. We could be a jerk and name him his actual name, but frog works. So before we dive into the cathedral, we're gonna go heal up. Despite the fact that the real queen is waiting on us. Get back over here. Save the game. Because we have a frog with us now. And there's not a whole lot distinct in this room to actually look for hidden switches and such. But we have an organ. And how Crono knows which notes to hit on this organ is beyond me. But him playing it manages to reveal a hidden door. Inside the door are enemies. Some of them we can avoid. But notice Frog does quite a bit of damage on a crit there. So Frog is more than capable as a party member here. As you always have to poke the organ, not the box. Do not poke the box, poke the organ. And we got some free Phoenix down. Another level for Chrono. And you will have to forgive me because I don't remember where all the little secrets in the game are. First, I'm going to open up as much of this map as the game will let me. Okay. And by the way, Lucca learning Flamethrower so early is nearly invaluable for a future part of the game. No, I poked a box at 1.2. I used Tex Murphy to do it, but I also poked a box. They got advantage on us. Yeah, I know now I shouldn't poke boxes. I had to learn that the hard way. I am making the attempt to not use my potions and stuff because Frog there will learn a healing spell once he gets enough tech points, and I believe he learns it really early on. Like I said, I haven't got that details of the game memorized and such. Okay, he's already got it. He starts out with it. But we also get Slurp Slash, which is fairly nice. But he does have that. And instead of waiting to use it, might as well use it now. Since it only costs 1 magic point and heals a little bit of health. No reason to keep us, or no reason to not keep us topped up if possible. Steel Saber. Apparently these were actual humans that were trapped. Somewhere there's a shrine to the Fiend Lord with treasure in it. Dude! Could you go somewhere else? Also, there's a strength capsule here. Immediately gets swallowed by Chrono. Okay, we want to wait for that place, I believe. Unfortunately, all the enemies keep coming back. Chrono gaining a level is a good thing. Yakra is the master. Yeah, they were nice. They kind of acted like they'd let us leave. But guess what? We gotta fight. Now see, I could do Fire Whirl just to show it off, but there's one problem: I'm not near enough enemies. And Fire Whirl is just something he starts spinning around right where he's standing, and she pumps him full of fire and he does that. But, you know, sadly. However, she has Flamethrower, which technically attacks everything in a line. And we now have the X-Strike dual tech. Which is pretty much just one thing that hits something really, really hard. But doesn't hit multiple somethings. And these three think we're one of them. They don't like pretending to be human. So Yakra has become the new Chancellor by capturing the old Chancellor. Hammer 6, the Fiend Lord statue. So you can watch this guy. He goes in this room. And look! Hidden passageway. And if you want an early look at Magus, there's a statue of him. Guardian Bangle. Speed Belt. Extra stamina wouldn't be bad, but need to be a little faster. Yeah, let's keep a power glove on you for now. So now these guys are singing hymns based around Magus. So, yeah. And if you talk to the wrong one, they decide they need to kill you. As you do. So let's actually show off. Maybe I can show off the other side. Oh, I was wrong. Okay. Fire Whirl can jump to other targets. The other character just wasn't ready for it. That's what happened. Oops. Oh well. And there we go. But yeah, getting those two items was worth coming in here for. Now we are pretty much done with the bottom of this place here. say pretty much because there's like one more. Where was it? It's like one item I need, and I can't remember exactly where it is. One of these rooms had a hidden item in it. Well, I say hidden. It's in a locked drawer, and you need the key from somewhere. But I'm struggling to remember where the key comes from. It's also getting kind of warm in my room right now, which is strange. So the fan gets turned back on. And granted, technically, this is one way to get some extra XP and such. Oh, never mind, I got it. The hidden Naga bromide. Which triggers a fight. Can we get two? Man. So a maiden suit. Which is quite a bit more defense. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Let's continue on. Oh, we're kind of beat up, aren't we? Frogs in the worst shape ever. I'm not going to ask how that tech actually works. I guess frog spit is miraculously able to heal grievous bodily injury. A lot of enemies here. Luckily, Fire Whirl is nice and right there for 4 clustered enemies. Oh look, a save point. Use one of our free shelters. And then we're going to save the game. And trick stairs. Fights were hard to trigger. Notice this character will act just like Marle did at the fair and just kind of roll around you until you actually try to bump into him. So, just because, does anybody actually have any questions about what's going on around here? Other than a sign saying no entry within and a blank wall. Hint, hint. I ask now because we're just going to be doing standard dungeon running for a little while to clear the place out a little bit. Why, who is bothering with what? The monsters bothering with the whole queen thing? Because the monsters are trying to defeat humanity, and they think if they can destroy the royal family, that would be a massive step in the right direction for them. Well, see, the thing is, the humans and monsters are actually at war. because humans hate monsters. They hate monsters enough to the point that they overly suspect Frog of being one. Oh yeah, we can't go that way yet. Go. We have to flip a couple switches that I forgot about. There's one. The humans hate monsters and hunt them. The monsters, for the most part, want to be left alone, but there isn't much hope for that because the humans are scared enough of them they hunt them down. And there's one person that's kind of driving the monsters to do extra attacking of the humans to kind of keep that, the status quo. And we're taking some damage. That's not optimal. And actually, if you play your cards right and do the right things, you can kind of stop the monsters and humans from fighting. But you got to do things the right way. First, equipment. When did I pick that up? Pick up a better one of those, did I? Save. Saving is good. So are there any other questions? While we're still just running around, you know, a cathedral dungeon. They hit all this remarkably well, I will say that. I know we're not that injured. Better safe than sorry. And now we have villain lines. Who is telling Queen Leene it's time to bid farewell to the world. And lo and behold, it is the real Queen Leene, who is just about to be moidalized by the fake Chancellor there. As we've learned, that is really someone named Yakra. I will say that's an awfully good disguise to manage to pass yourself off as a short, old, doddering fool. So yeah, he has that, and it's nasty. So he's just going to keep counterattacking. I know there's a way to not have to deal with that. But I can't remember what this guy's how to actually make this guy not use it. Now that I've done that, we are just going to do a whole lot of fire whirl and slurp. You notice how that said too close to counterattack? Yeah, that's part of the thing. If he wanders up next to you, he's not going to be able to pull that off. But I can't remember if there's a way to force that any other way. But it doesn't really matter, because Yakra is not that difficult of a boss. So Lean recognizes Frog and is very happy he came to rescue her. So now that we've saved the Queen, before we leave, we kind of need to look inside these treasure chests. One has a mid-ether, which is really, really good. But the other one, has a real Chancellor stuffed inside of it. So yeah, you can skip opening that chest. And there are a couple of funny lines that happen from it later on, but I don't remember the full details. But let's just say it's probably a better idea to open the chest and let the poor Chancellor out so he can at least breathe, right? Anyway. So, yeah, that kind of puts them to the idea that they need a tougher criminal justice system to deal with attacks upon the royal family. Which leads us into Frog Song. And because he completely failed in his mission as the Queen's Guard, he's going to kind of go off and find a way to atone for his sins, so to speak. Yeah, what became of the girl who was mistaken for you? That's a funny story. We get told we really need to go visit where the princess disappeared from. Get up there. So now we get sparkles floating into the top of the screen. And the sparkles returned her to her normal dress. And yeah, while she was gone, couldn't see, feel, or just her consciousness knew she was someplace cold. Yeah, we kind of figured that part out. Okay, Lucca figured that part out. Sure we would have. I mean, your guards probably wouldn't have let us show you around the fair, but we would have, you know. Yeah, that is a very long-standing family. Yeah, about going home. We got here, but we don't exactly have a way back with us, do we? Maybe Lucca figured it out. But, yeah, we don't exactly have that. So apparently Marle is the spitting image of Queen Nadia, or, you know, Queen Lean. Yeah, they kind of need to have kids. Jeez, Marle, giving spoilers. Yeah, notice they've just kind of forgiven her for taking over for the queen while the fiends had her. And Frog is just kind of sitting here on the steps. So Frog's just going to walk right up to Marle. And also remark on how much she looks like Lean. And gives Crono a compliment before he leaves. And Lucca, and all of her frog-hating ways, kind of revises her stance. So now that we've done that, we haven't really resolved the war or anything like that here. But we did manage to restore the timeline to its proper chain of events. Yeah, if you were actually calling it ice cream instead of ice cream. Apparently Marle has one hell of an appetite. And just to heal up. Role-playing in Japanese to learn Japanese. That's fair. If you did it pretty deep submersion there. That could teach you Japanese, yes. One of these days I may even try it. And that is still sealed completely shut. Ah, something finally attacked us. But given that these are the weak end of the food chain monsters, I don't think they're going to give us much challenge. So you may very well be asking yourself, how do we get home? Nope, the bridge is still out. Well, first we've got to go back to where we came into this place, up in the Truce Canyon. And get back to the exact spot that we arrived in. Rude. So's that. Yeah, that's rude. Stop it. And now we have the Aura World Dual Tech, which is a healing spin. But just in case you were wondering, just in case you needed some kind of confirmation, we didn't have Marle in our party through most of that, and yet when she was returned to us, she's at level 6. So only one level behind us. So she didn't really... So she gained some experience while we were fighting without her. Which, yes, is a really good thing. So now the million-dollar question, how we get home? And she's had enough of that "your princess" crap and just wants to be called Marle. But Lucca has managed to invent a device that interacts with those little black spots on the world and turns them into warp gates. And Marle is jealous. Lucca has dubbed the little swirling blue mass a gate, which are basically just tunnels through time that take you to, well, the exact spot you left from, just temporally shifted. So these gates can kind of shift around, but using the gate key kind of keeps them in place for you, just in case you need to use it, which we did. But what created the gate is unknown, as of now.